access management. So before that, what you guys can do, task one. Task one is the create a EC2 instance with the AMI image and Linux 2. Okay, so this is one task one. Task two, attach 10 GB volume to create a EC2 instance and mount clocks to 5 GB and TBA levels to 5 GB. Okay, so these are the two tasks, guys. You guys can do it. So how to attach the volume and how to create the mount points, right? So I will show you. Okay. So what is that, guys? You want to attach the IAM. So aws.console.com. Right? So I'm logging as a root user, guys. New chapter. Hmm. 368 368. Okay, I'm able to log into the console. So where I am, I'm in the US Institute, not watching where I launched the instance, guys. I launched the EC2 instances. Instances. There is no instances. Mumbai, no instances. Yeah. So Mumbai, so we have instances, guys. So Linux, how you can start this instance? You can start the instance, select this instance and instance state and click the instance. Okay. So once we click the instances, what are those we want to attach a volume, right? What is that? Elastic block storage. So elastic block storage is nothing but a EBS. Yeah. So how much you have? You have two 8 GBs because of you created a two EC2 instances. Every EC2 instances took 8 GB, took 8 GB of a RAM, right? So that's the reason. So create a volume. So here create a volume. So general SSD size. So 10 GB is enough, right? So the region. So if we Southeast one here, you can check the region where the EC2 instances are created. Where that instances are created, in which region the EC2 instance is created. So AP Southeast 1B. What is that? AP Southeast 1B. In the AP Southeast 1B, so here at AP Southeast 1B, so don't create the volume. So here, so how much GB? 10 GB, right? Just create a volume. So it will create the volume. So what is this? Managed also multi encrypted. Okay. So this is AP Southeast 1B. So these two are attached resources. So this is my Linux and remote mission. So my Linux is attached to this one. Okay. So these all are the attached ones. So actions, volumes. Yeah. You see, so 10 GB is created, 10 GB is created, and this instant state, volume instant state in use are available. The volume state is available, right? This volume is not attached to any instances, any other instances. Okay. So if you want to attach, you can attach it, guys. Click it. Okay. Actions. You see, guys, once you modify the volume, create a snapshot lifecycle, delete volume, attach volume. We need to attach that volume to so which service, my Linux service. Okay, device name, what it called SDB. First one is SDA, second one is SDB. So attach the volume. So once you attach the volume, you see, so it's in use. So if you go to the EC2 instances, then my Linux connect, EC2 instance connect. What is that? LSB. You see, guys? So it is the naming convention should be different. So from AWS and normal physical data centers. So if it is a SDB, but here we call it as a XVDB. What is that, guys? So here we call it as XVDB. There they call it as a SDB. Okay, so 10 GB is attached. Now you know, right, how to create a partition and how to attach that, how to create a mount point, how to convert this from null to ext4 or XFS, right? You guys can do. This is the task guys. Okay, so I am attach. So go to volumes. I want to detach this. So what is that, guys? Is 10 GB actions. Right. What this is? This is a so this is the my line is storage. What is it? This is the one, right? You directly click this one. It divides the volume. Divides the volume. Right now it is detached. Now I want to delete this volume. How you can delete this volume? You can delete this volume. Okay, 10 GB. Insert PT in data once. What is this? This is available. Right. So now you can delete this volume. Delete this volume. Yes, understood? How to attach the volume, how to delete the volume, how you to create a partitions, right? You guys can do it your own. Yeah. So the other one is something like a security group. So key pairs, what are the key pairs we created, right? While launching the EC2 instance. That key pair is, so something like this is the key pair. Here it are copied in our key pairs. Network interfaces, load balancers. So what is a load balancer and auto scaling? What is it? A load balancer and a auto scaling. This is most important. Okay. What is that, guys? So, for example, we have a site called as S23. Okay. So, for example, this is the rummy game. This is the rummy game. Okay. So, okay. So, this is the rummy. So, this is the rummy circle. Okay. This is the rummy circle game. What is that game? S23. For example, what this is? This is a S23 is the rummy game site. Okay. So this S23 rummy game site so is deployed under the data center. What this is the real time bits. Is what's the data data center. So what you need guys so for deploying this website, guess what we need? We need a application server and we need a database server. So we need an app server and we need a database server. This is the app server. So this is the a DB server. What this is? This is a DB server and this is the app server. Okay, so in this app server, you install the Java, Tomcat, right? This is your code. What this is, guys? This is your code. This is the DB server. In this DB server, you install the Oracle and so this is your database. This is your database, right? So this is in the data center. This is in the data center, right? So every day, for example, 20,000 people are accessing this website. How many people, guys? Guys, how many people are accessing? Guys, speak out, guys. How many people are accessing this website? 20,000 people are accessing this website. Okay. And so this server capacity is only 20,000 to can connect with the server. And so what that they are doing regularly, they are doing the gaming. And on the weekends, they are doing the weekends. What they are doing? They are doing the tournaments. They are doing the tournaments on weekends. Tournaments are weekends. Okay. For that purpose, what they will need? They need a two DB servers and what they need? Two DB servers and three application servers. So a DB servers and three application servers. Right. Why we need a three application servers? Why we need a three application servers? What is this? So this is the load balancer. So what this is? So this is our front end. What this is, guys? This is our front end. The application is deployed under the front end servers. Okay. So this is the a database server. This is the a database server. So whenever you hit this one, what is this? www. Is to 3.com. So whenever you hit this, right? So if it is a 1 year strike, so if it is a one, so it will directly point into the so this website and connected to this website. Okay, is directly pointing to this website and so connected to the website. Okay, the IP address is DNS name. So what is load balancer? So load balancer is the high availability. What is that? I want to. So for example, your application is deployed under the three servers. three servers. So if you hit the any one of the IP address, right? So it will go to that server only. That right? So if you create a load balancer or a high availability, so load balancer, then you can attach those instances to that load balancer. So whenever it comes from into this one second, please. Yes. What is this load balancer? So this is the in the data center. So this is also in the data center. What is this? So this is also in the data center. In data center, they created a load balancer and attached these server to this load balancer. This server to this load balancer. Internally, this is connected to the databases. Okay. So internally, these are connected to the database. So whatever the data is right, it will store under the databases. Okay. So we are keeping these instances, for example, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. So they are conducting a tournament. So every week, 60,000 people are joining. How many people? 60,000 people are playing this website, playing this game. So for that purpose, so they created a three instances. They created five instances, so instead of two instances. But how many people are accessing this website from Monday to Friday? So from Monday to Friday, they are accessing only one website because of the traffic is only 20,000 people only. Traffic only 20,000 people, below 20,000 people. We need one server is enough. But so there is no auto scaling and auto scaling. There is no auto scaling, something like a scale down, scale up, scale down, scale up, instances down, instances up. There is no capability of a data center. There is no capability of auto scaling, scale down, scale up capability. So we need to maintain this environment if we are using daily or not. If you are using daily or not, right? Guys, understood? So in our data center, we need to provide the servers. We need to create the servers. So if you are using or not. But a beauty came into the picture, a big advantage, a big innovation came into the picture. So once the cloud, so if you took the cloud, right? So we can take as a auto scaling group. What is that, guys? Guys, speak out, guys. What is that?
Auto
Auto.
scaling.
Yes, very good. So auto scaling and load balancing concept. So what is that? Auto scaling and load balancing concept. So in the target to group auto scaling load balancer, what they will do? So they will attach these instances in the server. So whenever the traffic hits from 2000 to 20,000 to so before 20,000, so these servers are not spin up. So they use only this server to 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 provide the a website to the people. Okay. So after 20,000, so it will spin up another instance with the same application. So with the same application. After 40,000, it will scale up the another instances. If the traffic goes down from 60,000 to 40,000, it will scale down no, so one server. So from 40,000 to 20,000, it will scale down the two servers. Now you guys understood? So what are those? So this is 20,000. This is a 20. So what is the a beauty of a cloud? What is the beauty of the cloud, guys? AWS or any cloud, it will scale up or scale down. Scale up or scale down. If the traffic increases, if the traffic increases, automatically scale up the servers. What is that? Automatically scale up the servers. If the traffic goes down, if the traffic goes down, what they will do? They will directly. So something like these are three servers, right? So three servers. Once the traffic goes down, it will down scale down the server 3 to 2, scale down the server 2 to 1 based on the traffic. Based on the traffic. So this is nothing but a auto scaling capability. What is that, guys? Auto scaling. So load balancers. So elastic load balancing scales your load balancer. So capacity automatically in the response to changes the incoming traffic. So input incoming traffic. So what is that? There are three types of load balancer: application load balancer, and network load balancer, gateway load balancer. So in our course we are using ALB, application load balancer, right? So in the application load balancer, choose an application load balancer when you need a flexible when you need a flexible when you need a flexible feature set for your application with HTTP or HTTP status, operating a request level. Application load balancer provide advanced routing and visibility features to targeted application architects, including microservices and containers. Okay, so we can create the load balancer. So then you can attach this load balancer to the target group. Then you can attach the instances, it will create the load balancer. It will create the load balancer. Guys, understood? Guys, understood?
Yes, Anu.
Yes, very good. So this is the concept of load balancer, auto target groups and auto scaling group. I will provide you the recordings. You guys can go through it. Okay. Yeah. What is the next one? IAM. So what is the IAM, guys? IAM. And I will tell you before this only. Yeah, so this is the cloud, right? So how you are accessing your cloud, guys? How you are accessing your AWS cloud? AWS dot amazon.com/console. So Amazon dot console, right? So this is the console you are using to come to connect with the AWS, right? So we can connect the AWS in two ways. So one is CLI, AWS CLI, and AWS console. So AWS CLI and the AWS console. What is the AWS console? AWS console is nothing but a GUI. AWS CLI. So we can connect the AWS cloud through CLI also. So CLI is nothing but a command line interface. What is that? So CLI is nothing but a command line interface. So how you can connect to the EC2 instance, how you can create a new EC2 instance. So you can do whatever the options you have done in the EC2 CLI, Amazon, right? Amazon console. The same action will do it under the AWS CLI with the so command line utilities. You can use the CLI. So we can use the CLI. You guys understood? Yes, very good. What is this? Please understood? What is the concept of second one? IAM. IAM is nothing but a identity and access management. What is that? IAM is nothing but a identity and access management. Yeah. So what is IAM, guys? IAM will work on the same like as a yeah. So this is the AWS. What this is your AWS console. So how you can connect with AWS console? You can connect with AWS console through two ways. AWS CLI. Okay, how you can connect your AWS console in two ways. So one is let's say IAM user and the root user. Yes, understood what this is? So this is a IAM user and the root user, right? The same like as a how you can connect the Linux. So how many ways you can connect the Linux things? So how many ways you can connect the Linux? In which user, which user? Yes, what is the user? You are connecting with root user, right? The second one is normal user. Okay, so you can connect as a normal user and a root user. So this is the Linux, right? So normal user having certain limit of permissions, root user having unlimited access. So unlimited access, right? The root user having you took the root account. So whenever you purchase the AWS, right? AWS account, they are providing a root user account. That root user account having the unlimited access, so that root user can do anything. That's the reason the companies will not provide it to anyone that account, AWS account. They will create a IAM user account and they will assign it to you guys. So, for example, you are working on only EC2. So why do we need all the resources access? For example, database, networking, VPC, everything. So you are a developer. You don't need those access, right? So for that purpose, I will restrict all the policies and I will give it to you guys. So you cannot access those. So those services. So same like as a here also, IAM is nothing but identity and access management. Which will provide a specific access, something like EC2 full access. A developer doesn't need RDS, VPC, right? S3 works. A developer need a EC2 full access. We will provide you to that user full access, EC2 access. He will able to access the EC2 engine and he will create the created the use, right? The same way you can connect the, so here also root user, IAM user. IAM user is nothing but a normal user in the Linux machine. So whatever the permissions we have in the Linux user, so the same permissions will applicable for the remaining also. Yes, understood? So how we can connect with this? So we can connect with those through IAM user and root user. As of now, which one we are using, guys? So we are using as of now we are using root user access. As of now we are using the root user access. So now I will show you how to create the normal user. The same like as whatever the permissions we need to set for the normal user, the same like permissions we can set it here. Yeah. So what are the concepts in the IAM user? So what are the concepts in the IAM user? User group. What is that case? User group role process. What is user you already know. What is group you already know. What is that role? What is that role? What is the policy? So we'll show you. Okay, guys. Yeah. So introduction to identity and access management, understanding IAM console, creating and managing security groups. So creating and managing users, managing the users' passwords and security security creating, creating and managing the roles, understanding and managing policies. So understanding multi-factor authentication. So user can log in process. Okay, so why we go for IAM to avoid the security and logistical headache. So when you create an AWS account, it has permissions to do anything and everything. So with all the resources. IAM allows you to limit access. IAM allows you to limit access as a reason and give give you the peace of mind that approved the people access so that resources. Resources desired memory. Is understood? So why we go for IAM? Why we go for IAM? Why we for IAM? What is the RAM? Is understood? So what is a group? Creating a groups. What is a policy? Attaching a policy, delete the policy, create the group, delete the policy. So user ID group. Okay. So we'll show you guys everything, guys. We'll show you everything tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.